Chris, what is our third main topic today?
This is from Marcus C. Hey, John, I just saw that Deadpool was apparently originally set to appear in Shang-Chi as an official piece of early concept art for the film was released and revealed that he was going to be in the cage fighting tournament scene. Do you think this increases the chance of seeing him before Deadpool 3 is out? Love to know your thoughts. Love the show.
All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, man. And yeah, look, in the MCU world, there's a lot of big hot topics about things we speculate about. One of the biggest, though, for a long time has been, when are we going to see Deadpool? When's Deadpool going to show up? Some people think it's going to be in Doctor Strange 2. Some people think it's going to be in this. Some people think it's going to be in that, whatever. Got a lot of messages in the last 24 hours from people saying, did you see that Deadpool was originally supposed to be in Shang-Chi? Which to me was like, how, for, why, when? Because where on earth would Deadpool have ever fit into that story? Well, what this is all coming from was, you remember the scene when they go to Shang-Chi's sister's fight club, and obviously in there, that's where we met Wong, and we saw Abomination in there and all that kind of stuff. Well, apparently, some original concept art has been released, and in that original concept art, walking into the cage, you see in the cage, Deadpool fighting Proxima Midnight in there, which has gotten a lot of people saying, did you see that Deadpool was originally going to be in the movie? But was he? Let's go over and take a look at this. This comes to us from the folks at Screen Rant who write the following. Concept artist Andrew Kim has shared a few pieces of work he did for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings that are all based around Xialing's Golden Daggers Club. The setting provided the movie with two big MCU cameos in the final cut, as Wong, played by Benedict Wong, and Abomination, Tim Roth, were shown fighting. Andrew Kim's rendition of the scene is quite intriguing, though, because it shows Deadpool fighting Proxima Midnight. The concept art, which can be seen below, was commissioned by Marvel Studios in 2019. Even though this Shang-Chi concept art was made, it is unclear if the idea to include Deadpool in the art was suggested by Marvel Studios or something Kim did on his own to have some fun. Concept art for Marvel movies can change quite drastically based on the finished project. The artists are often given the freedom to bring their own ideas early on to life. All right. So yes, we see in this image Deadpool fighting Proxima Midnight, but I am going to tell you right now, without any insider information. So for all I know, Kevin Feige could give me a call and tell me I'm wrong about this. But until that happens, Deadpool was not going to be in this movie. Deadpool was never going to be in this movie. I think this article points it out perfectly. They gave the concept art this general idea and probably said, we're going to have a couple characters fighting in the cage. And he had that because guess what? Proxima Midnight is dead.
Yeah.
Proxima Midnight is not alive at this point. I think this was totally a case of the artist doing his thing and just threw a couple things in there. So while yes, it was in the concept art, I don't believe for 1 second, unfortunately, because it is kind of fun to think, man, I would love to see Deadpool fight Shang-Chi. That would be so fun. Simu Liu, Ryan Reynolds, two good Canadian kids getting on screen and having a big epic Canadian battle. I would love it. But no, I don't believe for a second this was ever actually intended to be in the movie. I think this was just the artist having some fun. So as exciting and as cool as the idea sounds, I don't think that was the case. Rob, you see this concept art. What do you think of it? And do you think it was ever actually going to be a part of the movie?
No. And the reason being is, I think if they're going to bring Deadpool into the Marvel Universe, Deadpool is the star of his own two very successful movies. Maybe not Endgame successful, but still very successful films. Both made $750+ million each. And the first one made that on a $65 million spend. It was a big hit. They're not going to bring a character like Deadpool with a star power of Ryan Reynolds and put him into a glorified cameo to bring him in, unless it's in a different way. But this, this harks back to how many, between Mortal Kombat, how many Marvel fighting games have there been where all the different characters, hell, Moon Knight's in Marvel fighting games and you can pin him against, I don't know, the Silver Surfer. It's just fun. And I don't think this had any bearing or was this ever really considered, like you pointed out. But it's a lot of fun to consider.
It is fun to consider. Chris, I mean, we see these images. I mean, the idea, I mean, I love seeing Wong and Abomination fighting in that. That was so much fun. It was like right out of a fantasy video game matchup. I'm not gonna lie, I see a picture of Deadpool and Proxima Midnight squaring off. It's like, oh yes, please. But I don't personally think it was ever gonna be part of the movie. What's your interpretation of it?
And I'm so glad you brought up that she's dead. Because that was my first thought when I saw this. I was like, nope, hard no. It's a great example of wouldn't it be cool if?
Yep.
It'd super be cool. It'd be great. But it wasn't gonna happen. Not in this film. And sure, I could see them doing a cameo like this, but like you said, Rob, you're not going to put Ryan Reynolds just in the background throwing a couple punches. That's not how we're going to use that star power.
No.
Yeah, and again, I'm going to tell people, I don't think we're going to see Deadpool for a beat. He's not going to be in Doctor Strange. He was not supposed to be in Shang-Chi. I think it's going to be a little bit of a beat before but when he does, man, when Deadpool comes into the MCU, I mean, these films were flirting with $1 billion as R-rated stuff without being in the MCU. Oh my God, when it's in the MCU, it's going to be pretty big. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this image? This is something I would have had a lot of fun seeing, but I don't think it was ever actually going to be in the movie.
No.
Maybe you guys think differently. Why so? Jump on down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, we want to take a minute and thank the sponsor of today's video, the good folks at Keeps. Now look, you guys probably already know that 2 out of every 3 men will experience some form of hair loss by the time they're just 35 years old. Now that's where Keeps comes in, because Keeps has more 5-star reviews than any of its competitors. That means the guys that use it love it. Keeps offers a simple, affordable, and stress-free way to keep your hair. It's also low cost. Treatments start as low as just $10 per month, and Keeps offers generic versions for the 2 FDA-approved medications to prevent hair loss. That means treatment plans are affordable, typically half the cost of pharmacy prices. Keeps has everything your hair needs delivered straight to your door with discreet packaging and proven results. Remember, prevention is the key. Treatments can take 4 to 6 months to see results, so the sooner you act, the better. When it comes to your hair, save more, spend less with Keeps. So if you're ready to take action and prevent hair loss, go to Keeps, that's KEEPS.com/Campea to receive your first month of treatment for free. That's Keeps, KEEPS.com/Campea to get your first month free. Keeps.com/Campea.